Hi everyone, it's me, Joe. Okay, so we just moved into our new apartment in Martins Ferry. I'm going to give you the name of the cities or towns, whatever you want to call them, because it'll be a lot easier for you to understand, because this wasn't our first move. So anyway, we moved to Martins Ferry. The apartment was a duplex. It had 2 bedrooms upstairs with the bath. Then downstairs was like a living room and kitchen combo together. And it was furnished. But the furniture Bobby didn't like. So in the months that we lived there, he eventually started buying new furniture and bringing it in, and we had to have the landlord come and take the old furniture out so that we could bring our new furniture in. And so that's the way Bobby was. I mean, if he didn't like something, he changed it. And I never really said anything, because what Bobby did with his money was his business. I didn't really get involved, because the way I felt, the way our relationship worked was that when Bobby was happy, everybody around him was happy. So if it made him happy, I wasn't going to complain about it. So yeah, he started buying furniture. He bought like a new couch, a chair for the dining room. Then he bought a new bed for us later on. Now, like I said, this is the good. I mean, our relationship was going really well. I mean, Bobby was happy with his new job. I was happy with my new job. I got a new job in the mall here, in one of the family restaurant chains. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. My brother, he got a job in a small restaurant in here in Martins Ferry. So everything was looking good. We all had jobs. My brother could get to and from his job through the bus line. Bobby had his car and I had my car, so everything was doing good. We were looking pretty good financially. And emotionally and relationship-wise, Bobby and I, let's just say we were adventurous in the bedroom. I mean, he was the aggressive type. He always sort of initiated things, and I sort of liked that. But in a way, I started initiating it too. You know, I told you I liked to dance, so we used to play little role-playing games, if you might say, where I would be the stripper and I would dance for him, and yeah, it was an adventurous sex life, let's put it that way. But anyway, I remember this one Christmas, Bobby was hinting to me that he wanted a leather coat. And of course, the way I am, I just love giving presents. Every Christmas, I would take out a Christmas club for like $500 to $1,000, just so that I could splurge on my friends and family, because I just love giving gifts at Christmas time or birthday times and stuff like that. So he was hinting that he wanted a leather coat. So I went to the mall. He started hinting around like maybe 3-4 months before Christmas. So I had plenty of time to look around and find something. So I went to the mall and I went there to price these leather coats because I never bought anything like that before. And when I saw the prices of leather coats, I went like, there has to be a better way. So I went to the second-hand stores around the area here. Finally found one that had like 3 or 4 leather men's coats. And Bobby wanted a sort of mid-length to long-length leather coat. So they had a mid-length leather coat, which was in great shape. I checked it all out and looked at it, and I went, this could be a great Christmas present for him. It's what he wanted. So anyway, I asked the owner, I said, so how much do you want for this leather coat? About $100. And I was like, okay, wrap it up, I'll take it. So on Christmas time, I boxed it up. I decorated the box really nice. And, when Bobby opened it up, his eyes just lit up. And he took it out of the box, put it on. It fit perfectly. He loved it. And because he loved it, I loved it. So anyway, I just thought I'd come clean about where I got the leather coat, because I never did tell Bobby. And he never asks, so it just goes to prove you don't always have to buy retail to be happy. So, yeah, that was a pretty good Christmas that year. So now, what I'd like to do now is, I remember that everything was going so good. And then, of course, when things in life are going good, something always has to happen to bring you down. And so we got a letter from our ex-landlord's lawyer saying that we were being sued for breaking the lease at the old apartment. So, of course, that was a bad incident that we had to go through. And Bobby was so upset about it. He was like, we shouldn't have done that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it's only small claims, So we sat down and I discussed it with him, being the oldest, the older one in the relationship. Sat him down and discussed it with him, and I said, okay, how much can you pay on a settlement, a payment plan to the ex-landlord and still be able to pay your share of the rent and utilities? And Bobby told me, he goes, well, I could probably go about an extra, I have about $100. And I said, okay, good, because I could probably do $100. So anyway, we went to court, and of course the landlord and his wife was there, and Bobby and I was there, and the judge was in front of us. So the judge starts off telling us that, the severity of us breaking the lease and what the landlord could do if he wanted to. And then he asked us, so, do you have anything to say? So I stood up and I told the judge, I said, Mr. Bobby and I would like to, settle with the ex-landlord, and we were wondering if he would accept a payment plan of $100 a month from the both of us, because I think we were both being sued for about like $1,500, because that's how much the rent was or whatever. But we were being sued about $1,500. So then the judge asked the landlord if that would be all right with him, and he said yes, it would. So the judge decided, made his decision and said that he'll accept that, but he also put a speculation in the ruling that if we missed any months, that the fine would revert back to the original price. So let's say we got it down to like $200, and we stopped paying the ex-landlord. The court would come after us for the original amount of $1,500 plus damages or something like that. But we never missed any months, so we never had to go there. So yeah, that was one of the bad times in Martins Ferry. Now, I wanted to talk about our relationship. Now, our relationship was more a give and take type relationship. I mean, it's sad to say, because I think that was our downfall, our biggest downfall as far as being boyfriends was, because I was more the giver in the relationship. I enjoyed giving. And Bobby was more the taker in the relationship. He enjoyed taking what I always gave. And I always gave just to keep him happy, because I knew that if he wasn't happy, he was going to go into his tantrums and just be a little shit. But this is the way I feel about it, just as like thinking about relationships. If you're in a relationship and you find yourself being only the giver, you're going to get, like I was, you're going to get to the point that you can't keep giving all the time without getting something in return. It's like, in my opinion, I think if you're in a relationship, it has to be a give-give relationship, not just a give and take relationship. Yeah, it might start off as give and take. The giver, like I'm saying from my viewpoint, the giver is going to get tired of giving. So in any relationship, in my opinion, I think it's got to be a give-give relationship. You have to give. You have to give as much as you receive. And you have to, give to one another equally, in my opinion. Because I just think that the downfall that Bobby had was that he was more a taker and not a giver. And I got to the point that I couldn't give anymore without getting something back, because it was making me feel hollow. I mean, I always thought, the more I gave, he'll eventually give back in appreciation, but it never happened. So I think that's about it for this one. And so, like I always say, be kind to one another, take care, and be safe, and I'll see you next time.